Isn't that pretty? And these, the back, they almost blend into the background and they're just shadowed to make the hearts like lift off of the background. But he still has a combination of cool colors against warm colors to make the colors pop more. That provides more contrast, they say. So we're going to do a piece of artwork that's going to come out something similar to this piece of pop art. It's actually, the finished product is going to have multiple hearts on it, drawn by each of us, each of you and me. Here's some more of his hearts, some more of his artwork. And ours is going to look something similar to this maybe when it's done, or this. This, by the way, pop art project that we're doing together, boys and girls, always comes out amazing no matter what. Now I want you to look at this art lesson. This is similar to the one I taught in class. That's a Teachers Pay Teachers. It might have been from one I posted on Teachers Pay Teachers. It looks like what we do in class. Notice how in this piece of art, the heart is done in warm colors. Your warm colors are your yellow, orange, red, and everything in that family. And it's contrasted against these cool colors in the background, blues, greens, anything with a blue tone. You'll notice on a color wheel that your warm colors are exactly opposite your cool colors. So when you put one of them, color wheel, when you put one of them next to its opposite, it makes both of the colors pop more. So here's some color wheels. Notice what's opposite the blues, the cool colors over here. Exactly opposite is its warm contrast. And when you put contrasting colors next to each other, it makes the colors seem more brilliant and vibrant. This is why, boys and girls, in the grocery store, when you go to the meat section, they almost always have that fake green grass underneath the steaks and stuff, because it makes the red meat look redder. And a lot of people don't realize that. Look what is opposite red on the color wheel. Green is directly opposite it. So if you want to make the red look redder, put it against a background of green. So getting to our very easy art lesson, and it's going to be so awesome. Look at the one with the rainbows. Look how neat. And notice that they're not neatly drawn a lot of the times. The lines are sketchy and squiggly, but they convey a lot of emotion through the colors and the contrast, like this one, contrasting warm and cool. So I'm gonna take all of your art and make a Valentine's card out of it to share with everyone with our class created piece of pop art. So let me show you how to do this. And I would appreciate it if you would each submit 2 hearts. One that is a cool heart on a warm background, and one that is a warm heart, a warm heart on a cool background. So, for example, I'm going to separate my warm pastels right here, my oranges, reds. I'll stay away from these cooler pinks. And my cool colors are pretty much on this side, my blues, purples, greens. Those are all your cool colors. So, and then, I don't know if you guys can see this really well, so I'm going to actually use a Sharpie. You don't have to, but you're just going to draw a nice sized heart, taking up a big portion of the page. And remember, it doesn't have to be neat. Doesn't have to be, it could be long and stretched out. It could be, so you're going to do 2 of these. And on one, I'm going to do warm inside, cool outside. And look at the coloring techniques Jim Dine uses. Often it's like kind of scribbly a little bit. Oh, there's one of his sculptures. That's a giant Jim Dine heart sculpture somewhere. But he's a pretty famous artist. There he is standing against some of his artwork. That's what he looks like. And I thought, and I love his art, and I thought it would be appropriate for Valentine's Day to use it to create a card. So here's an example of some artwork where ours will end up looking like this with each of your hearts in one square. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. and just show you what I'm doing here. Okay. So I've drawn this big heart. I'm going to do this twice because this one's warm inside, cool outside. And then I'm going to do the flip flop. And then all I need you to do is take a picture of it for me on Class Dojo or somehow. If you have trouble doing that, get on a one-on-one hangout with me and I'll have you hold it up so I can get a picture of it so we can put them all together into our piece of pop art for our Valentine's Day card. All right. So you're going to start by drawing a heart. Then you're just going to decide. This. Where you want to start? Gosh, I'm gonna start with like red, and I'm gonna use that sort of as my contour color, maybe. Now, the reason I love, and you want to try to make your colors pretty nice and saturated, like dark, not real light. Remember, we're doing this style of Jim Dine. Maybe I have some red here. And in a minute, I'm going to use my fingers to blend. That's what I love about oil pastels. Maybe orange. I'm not being really careful here either, you guys. And maybe up on this side, we use like bright yellow. Stay within the lines of your heart, because on the outside, we're gonna put the cool colors, and we do not want to blend the cool with the warm. That might not look good. It usually turns out pretty murky when you blend colors that are opposite on the color scale. But the thing I love about oil pastels is their blendability. And so that's why it's one of my favorite mediums. Now I've got a lot of dust on here, and if I touch it on my fingertips, it's going to get on the white background part. When you're using oil pastels, sometimes it's helpful to blow it off, and I'm not going to blow it toward there. I'm going to go blew some of the dust off there. Gosh, I like that. I think I do want a little more orange, like I don't know if I like that anymore. Or maybe I want more red. I don't know. Anyway, you're going to play with that. And then I can also, oil pastels are real blendable with your fingers. You probably want to keep like a wet paper towel or rag close by to constantly keep cleaning your fingertips off, because they get chalky, or when you're working with oil pastels, it's like finger painting. So it's one of my favorite mediums. I like that. So there's my warm heart. I want to put it on a cool background. I have a towel down here I have a rag to clean my fingers with. Often helps if it's damp. So now I want to do my background colors. I'm so excited for this. Okay, I know that yellow is opposite purple. So I'm going to put purple over here, and I'm going to put my greens and blues over here. Yellow, purple. Yeah, I think. I believe that's right. So I'm going to put my purples and blues. Blues here, purples here. And green around here, more closer to the red. I think that'll help it pop better. I'm going to put and you really want to just make sure you fill the whole page with color, okay? We don't want to leave any white. So I'm going to switch to a different blue. Maybe go like, come on. These are brand new. Sometimes when they're brand new, you got to get them going. Here, and get a different blue. And then I want to move into my turquoise and greens over here by the red. I think they'll pop better by the red. Be careful. Okay. Here's my green. I have another green over here, like a bright green, but I'm going to start with this more sea green. And now, and I'm moving rather quickly for the sake of this lesson. You don't need to move as quickly as I do. Got a little bit brighter green. Go right around the red edge. And once again, I've got dusty chalk all over this, so I'm gonna, I just took it and kind of blew it off, and now I'm gonna blend a little. And I'll be done with my first heart. So then on the next one, same process, only this time you're gonna put your cool colors inside the heart and your warm colors outside of the heart. So you will create two contrasting heart designs. Gosh, these are brand new and they're very, very, very dusty, but I do love the way they blend. I have a lot of artwork hanging in my house that's done in oil pastels that I did. It's so much fun to blend. And all you need is your fingers. All right. Here is my first heart. Warm heart on a cool background. And then I'm going to go do a cool heart on a warm background. Now, if you love the way his hearts also, something he also often does is make them kind of look 3D, like popped out from the paper. You can take, if you're using oil pastels, I guess with crayons, you might use a gray. This is not a black, it's a pretty dark gray, a darker gray right here. You can go just around the outer edge of the heart like this at the end. And then you just want to do like one careful line, and then you're going to just blend it out, and it'll kind of help it pop off the page a little, like you saw some of his hearts do. So this is an option. You decide if you like it. So I just went around the outside with that, and now I'm going to just kind of blend that gray out from the heart a little bit. You could even blend it along the line of into the heart. It even gives it a better effect. Now, if you're doing this in marker or crayon, marker would be tough. Crayon, I would use a gray crayon and just lightly like do a little gray shading along the line of your heart if you're trying to achieve this kind of effect. But by making the heart then now shaded along the edges, it gives it a 3D look. Okay, this is a little sharp here, so I'm going to probably soften that. See that it doesn't look shadowy enough there. All I had to do is soften that by blending. There. And it gives it a pretty cool effect too. So that's something else you could try with your art. Now, if you want people to know, most artists sign their artwork down on the bottom, and I'd love to know whose heart is whose. So you can pick a spot, and you know, I usually put like cat or something like that. Put your little name down there so we know whose it is. Snap a picture on your dojo portfolio so that I can put them all together into a piece of pop art for Valentine's Day cards that you can then we will create a digital card that then you can send to your classmates or family for Valentine's Day with our original Jim Dine heart pop art. All right, so with that, I hope you enjoyed, I really hope you enjoyed this lesson and this activity and learning about a modern artist, or we would say contemporary artist, Jim Dine. I'm excited to go do my opposite heart. I'm going to stop sharing though, and you can stop recording.